You can play like that. Get your plots.
You know, given enough time, I could probably figure it out.
Given enough time. Welcome to the GXP Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to all the listeners and all the feedback we've had so far. Hit me up at djbrianlee@hotmail.com if you'd like to be a guest. We got some pretty cool people in the GXP Podcast studio today. First and foremost, we got my good buddy Pete Wilcox. He's hanging out with me here today. You're on actually episode number 1, weren't you?
I was.
So you were like the Genesis guest.
Yeah.
Like,
You've been on. This is your 4th time being on the GXP Podcast.
I'm an OG.
You're an OG, yeah. But more importantly, we got the man, the myth, the legend, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for our guy, the master guitarist, the biggest rock star we've ever had on the show, Ryan Plotz, ladies and gentlemen.
thank you, everyone. Stop throwing fruit at me. That's terrible.
Plotz. Ryan Plotz.
Roni, I just rolled in hot.
I know.
We started podcasting right away.
I know it. That's how we do it because we don't want to waste any content.
Yeah, you know, what if we just start talking about the best things and then we're like, okay, let's go down. And
It's happened before, and we're like, stop talking. Let's get on the freaking air right now and get this stuff. You know, that's the thing. You know, you came in, you're like, oh, I thought we were gonna hang out. I'm like, fuck no, we're gonna hang out on the podcast. That's what it's all about.
And here we are.
But dude, I've known you for over 20 years.
Yes.
And like I said, you are the biggest rock star that has ever graced our microphones on this podcast.
Wow, that's so nice of you to. I don't know, who else have you had on here? I know you had some big time DJs and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know, but seriously though, you are the most humble person I've ever met in my entire life, and you seriously are a rock star, dude. You are. You've toured all over the country. You are one of the best guitarists I've ever met in my entire life. I've never seen, and you've been in several bands, and you are still this down to earth, like, ah, shucks. You know, hey.
Well, that's just the way that's the way I roll, I guess. I mean,
He's a good-looking guy too. I mean,
Damn good-looking guy.
you know.
Damn good-looking guy.
Gosh, man, I just feel really good right now.
Yeah, I know, right? You didn't come in here expecting to get a boner, but here it is.
No, I'm getting the ego stroke super hard. I mean, I'm not hard, but.
Well, it's okay if you are.
I mean, that's fine. It's not discriminated
Pete
upon.
is. I can tell this by the look in his eye.
I'm really hard.
I mean, you're a hard knock.
Oh,
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yes, perfect. No, man, on top of, giving you all that praise and everything, you've been one of my great friends for a very, very long time. And we always continue to be that way. The best part is like, we'll go sometimes a year and a half without talking to each other. And then when we see each other, we just pick right up where it left off, like as if nothing happened.
It works really well, and I try to do that with people I don't get to see a lot, you know? Because you don't want to make it awkward. Well, why didn't you Facebook message me or something, or like my stuff? And I'm like, well, I try to pick up where I leave off, and let's have a good time. That's all.
Man, you're such a great guy like that. You know, you're a diamond in the rough.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Roni.
I mean, when was the last time you seen Pete?
It's been, 2 years? 3 years?
really? I don't remember that at
It's-
all. I was thinking
Like a long time.
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
man.
and now you're doing the comedy gig, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
We have a talented class.
We do, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, the class of 1999 from Cedar Rapids Xavier is definitely talented. We got a lot of great people that came out of there that are doing great things now. I'm on the mediocre side, but
Hey man, you're getting the podcast thing going now. It's hot. It's a hot topic.
It actually is. I met somebody at work the other day who just happened to know about your podcast without
You
even
kidding me?
I'm not joking with you, man.
that we work with.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, just happened to know about it. Like, did you know that there was a podcast that comes out of Cedar Rapids? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I know about it. Oh, you haven't like checked the guests, have you?
Episode 5, I got so drunk on it I leg wrestled somebody.
Man, I gotta get him back.
So leg wrestling actually
It
happened.
happened right over there. Yeah.
Wow.
So the episode, maybe it's episode 7. I think it's called Tog and the Boys, or maybe episode 10. And I had a buddy here, and he introduced leg wrestling. You know, like Indian leg wrestling, where you interlock arms and then you put your legs up and
It's like Scissor Sisters.
yeah, we did.
I mean,
Yeah.
Except for opposite. But it happened on the episode several times. It just got out of hand. Pete was drinking vodka out of a Black Velvet bottle. Just a lot of weird stuff. That was that episode, yeah.
Oh, I remember. No, I don't. I got you. Yeah. Fuck it with me.
Yeah. No, be comfortable. I just want you to talk to the microphone. There you go.
No, good posture, straight up.
Yeah.
No neck slouching.
So, what's exciting about this episode, it's our first video episode, so thank you everybody who's watching on YouTube right now. That's awesome. And I hope we don't disappoint, you get to see this half of my face for the next 2.5 hours.
Yeah, like I turn around and I have this huge scar on this side of the face. Like, ah!
Oh, you don't have a scar,
I'm
man.
just kidding.
You look good.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I get it.
Yeah, like Two-Face kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, though.
Oh my gosh.
So, Plots, you're in a band called Birdchild,
Yes.
which is an amazing band. First of all, you guys are going to be playing here in Cedar Rapids here real soon. December 14th?
Something like that.
December 14th at the Iowa Brewing Company.
Yes, I think that's.
How do I know this and not you? Seriously, I mean, come on.
This is kind of weird, right?
So the guys, Drew and Justin, they do duo shows a lot. So I don't particularly know about all the duo shows, even though it's on the calendar, and I don't pay attention until I know that hey, it's going to be a band show. So that might be a duo show.
Damn it!
Yeah.
I was hoping you're going to be here.
Because I don't think we have. Other than we're playing Surf Ballroom with Pork Tornadoes, the 29th.
Surf Ballroom.
Yeah,
Which is huge.
I've been up there quite a bit this year.
Dude, that's amazing because that's where, that's famous for the last show that Richie Valens, the Big Bopper, and Buddy Holly did.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories behind that too.
You played there before already.
Well, I played there now.
That's so cool, man.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 times. So.
There's so many people that would love to play that venue just because of that.
I feel so spoiled.
And you got 5 times you played it?
I know. I'm like, I keep hogging the Surf Ballroom tickets for musicians to play at. Like the golden ticket. Like, I feel very lucky to have done that. It's 5 times, 6 times.
Did you ever do anything naughty there?
No.
Damn it! Why not? Out of 5 times, really? You don't got any stories?
It's the typical. Well, okay. So there is one story. A lot of my good friends know this one. So we played a wedding there. Birdchild did this year.
Okay.
It was a nice wedding. Very nice. We had played a nice show. 3 hours. Got to use the Surf sound system, which is we don't really get to do that a lot.
Is it a nice sound system?
It's a nice sound. They got a line array.
Line array?
Yeah. It sounds great. And
Pete, the line array is the speakers that come down and they curve, right? So it's several of them, and then all the subs are usually underneath the stage.
Right.
And so you're getting dispersion throughout the entire venue.
Oh.
So every concert you've ever been to has had a line array. If you've ever looked down, sometimes they cover them up with banners. It's called blow-through. So they're banners that are made out of mesh that hide those speakers. But that's a 101 on line array.
Thank you. Sorry, I had
that was a
fucking
good explanation, Roni. Like Roni described that, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people don't know what line array are.
Yes.
I'm not an audio engineer, but I play one in real life all the time. Seriously, I don't have a degree in it, but
I mean, like, how many awkward situations have you been in sound-wise? It's like,
Oh,
we got this outlet here. I thought that was good enough.
Well, I'm not an electrical engineer either, but I play one in real life too. And I've been taught by Matt Bergstrom and Scott Rexroth and Joe Murphy. You know, some of the best sound people in Eastern Iowa. So
really good guys.
Yeah, they know it all, and they've taken me under their wing. So that's why I kind of know a little bit about a lot of sound.
And that's basically me too. Like I just take little tidbits from everyone I hang out with, and I kind of put it together, and I'm like regurgitating stuff at that point.
Right. But that's how you learn, you know? Yeah. So anyhow, you got to use their sound.
Yeah, so we got to use their sound. Great wedding. So there's a bar up there. I forget what it's called at this point.
That's okay.
It's like the only bar.
It's like in Clear Lake, Iowa,
right?
Yeah.
It's Rookies, I believe.
Rookies, okay.
Yeah. So we go there, afterwards, the wedding party goes there. We're like, oh, let's go have a nice time. Have a cocktail here for closing out the night. And I'm wearing my nice clothes. And I go into the bathroom. And I notice there's puke on the door handle. I'm like, ooh. It's kind of like walking into a haunted house. Almost you see, like, there could be something scary in there.
Right.
So
but you proceed anyway.
I have to go to the bathroom,
Yeah,
I'm like, well, I could go outside, but I'm going to go in there. Open the door, and this guy is pretty much naked, it looked like he vomited from direct center of the room and spun around like he was possessed by a demon, like, and sprayed it everywhere. Like, it was in the sink. I think it was in the hair, like the hand dryer. I think it just went everywhere.
It's like, how do you throw up?
Yeah, it was like on the ceiling. I think it was dripping down, as far as I could tell. I mean, I walk in, I'm like, holy cow, man, what the hell did you do? He's like, I'm sorry. He's like just dying.
He was still in there?
He was in there, like trying to wipe it up.
With those paper towels.
Yes, like the toilet samples, like with the perforated line. That's like enough toilet paper to write. Hey, that's not enough toilet paper. Like, I can't wipe anything with that. Why is the perforated line there? It's like a single, 5-inch square. Like, are you gonna wipe with that?
And he's trying to clean up with it.
Yeah, he's just cleaning up with it, and so I'm like, oh my god. So I'm gonna go outside. So I go in and try.
So you said, fuck it, I'm out.
So I'm trying to touch the sink, which is covered in puke. But I need to wash the puke off of my hands because I've already touched the door. And
and the handles on the sink have puke on it.
Yeah, everything has puke on it. I have no idea how this guy did it. I don't know what he ate. He probably had the all-you-can-eat buffet at whatever buffet they have up there.
At Rookies. Don't eat at Rookies. I'm just kidding.
I don't know what. No. Yeah, I don't want to tarnish their establishment. It's very nice. But other than the puke guy. So anyways, I have to wash my hands, and I'm trying to comfortably exit the bathroom. And this guy flings the door open, and I stand back, and I'm wearing my dress shoes with the, no traction whatsoever.
Yeah, the leather soles.
Yeah. And I slip. And I fall. And now I'm rolling around in the puke. I'm in the puke now. I'm like, I can't get out of here. I am now part of the puke, and then he's part of me now. This is awful.
So when I asked for a naughty story, I wasn't expecting this.
It was naughty that, I didn't feel naughty at all. I felt very upset.
Jesus, what?
So I got puke on my black pants, and I put it in the bag the next day, and you open it up, and you're like, oh my god, it smells like puke. And
my god.
So anyways, that was probably the weirdest thing that's happened up there to me.
And that was in the Villa Ballroom.
But that was well, Surf Ballroom, we played there.
Surf Ballroom.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Surf Ballroom.
Yeah. So then proceeded.
It was after hours. Huh?
After hours. That guy had a long day. I don't know what was going on that day.
Jesus.
You played sports ball game.
Literally all over the country, right?
So as far east as New York, Pennsylvania, we did a college circuit out there, and then as far west as Denver. We didn't really make it out to California.
I thought you did South by Southwest.
We did, and far south as Texas. So
yeah.
South by Southwest, that was with the Nadas, 2006-ish.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't realize you were that big, man.
Like I said, man, he's a
deal.
freaking rock star, dude.
Yeah, wow.
He was with the band called Town Crier,
yes.
And that's where you did a lot of your tour.
Yes, so Jerry Lawrenson was the lead singer at the time, and Corey Talbot, who plays in the Pork Tornadoes.
Yeah, and so does Jerry.
Yes, and so does Jerry. So they were all in the band at that time. Will Locker was the drummer who we stole from the crib at the age of 17, I think. He's got him a work permit, and next thing you know, he's drinking Mountain Dew and sodas, or vodka and Mountain Dew, at certain points. And it's like, what are we doing to this child? So I feel like
he was young.
He was young. We had to get a work permit and some shows, and but he was great.
You had Matt Hens with you guys for a while.
And we did have Matt Hens for a while. So.
And
did he play bass?
What about Andy?
Andy Hearn also played guitar with us,
yeah.
along with Mike Stabell was another guy that played with us for a little while, and then Mason Grieve played with us.
Yeah.
And who also plays with Pork Tornadoes.
Do you remember when I opened up with you guys in Cedar Falls?
Yes.
16 years ago?
It was a long time ago.
It was 16 years ago. It was before my son was born. He turns 15 next month.
Yes.
So it was at least 16 years ago.
Yeah.
It was at the Stein.
Yes.
The Stein.
The Stein. And they had that pizza out the window.
But remember, I did an hour set. I opened up for you guys, and then I was scratching Town Crier. Town Crier.
And back then, that kind of, that sampling and stuff was just so
It was so
foreign to me.
Yeah, and it was just like, Jerry is really reluctant to have me open for you guys because you guys are more of like a jam, folk band, Third Eye Blind type music,
Yes.
And he's like, you spin hip hop and house music. How are you going to fit in here? And I was like, just hold my beer and let me do it. And he let me. And it turned out really well.
And it was cool.
I thought so. Maybe it didn't. Maybe you guys are like, that was the worst decision ever because you never invited me back. So, no, but
I guarantee it wasn't any kind of like...
No, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. And I remember sleeping in a basement that night in 40-degree weather.
Yes. Whose basement was that?
I don't know.
Was like...
Do you remember that, though? It was so fucking cold.
Yeah, it was so cold.
It was in my coat and everything, and I'm like, I'm not going to drink and drive an hour home, and...
No, don't do that.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Yeah, but you remember all that, though.
I do.
Because we all slept in the same fucking house, and it was cold as balls.
I'm trying to remember. Was that... Was it on Olive Street, do you remember?
Oh, of course it was.
Then it could have been our old house that we had there, and the basement was just like... It was dungeony a little bit.
It was like the heater was like a gravity heater. So there was no force like air, so all the heat went up.
Going into my room. Probably.
Yeah. You were in your underwear,
sweating. You had an extra blanket the whole time?
Yeah. It's like Dumb and Dumber. I got these extra gloves. My hands are sweaty.
Yeah, duh. We're in Aspen.
Yeah. That's the truth. Me and my son's mom at the time were in the basement with like one fleece throw and our winter coats just froze. It was a horrible after experience. But opening for you guys was amazing.
That was fun. That was a good time. The Stein was a good spot. I like that. Mainly like the pizza afterwards. That was the best part.
Bucket slice.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Stein, Pete?
Yeah, I don't think it's there anymore.
No, it's not.
No. What is it now? We don't even know, do we?
No.
Because none of us really go up there anymore.
Well, none of us go out because we're all fucking 40. All right?
I still like to go out a little bit.
I don't know what accent that is.
I don't know what I was trying to do there.
What was he doing? I mean, seriously, what was he doing?
There's going to be a lot of that tonight.
Yeah,
There's a lot of surprises for everyone.
You got to understand, plots is plots.
Yeah, he's part of Facebook in the 2020 election. That's what.
Andrew Yang.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's getting that
UBI.
Yeah.
$10,000 dividend every month. I see where that money's coming from. Yeah.
I saw it was hilarious yesterday. I actually met Joe Biden Saturday.
Yeah, how was that?
Yeah,
Where was that?
They were all in Des Moines. Bernie was there. I didn't get to see Bernie. But it was like freaking celebrity row for politicians goes. Like they were all at the convention center, the Vets Memorial Convention. So
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
You went down there?
So I worked with the Portees. I do tech work for them, basically setting up stuff, making sure it works, all that good stuff.
You're a perfect guy for that.
It seems like I belong in it.
No, he is. Yeah. I mean, you're an IT guy, and so you understand how DMX works and all the lighting and the cabling and all that stuff.
And I'm not gonna lie, there's certain things that if you don't spend enough time with, like Mason's rig is pretty elaborate. So is Corey's and Jerry's rig they're all elaborate rigs. So there's certain things you still don't know, and you learn. And being around those guys this whole year, just learned a lot. Just how that whole side of purchasing acts go, and just how their gear works. I mean, those guys have an expensive backline, and we had many situations this year where it was getting rainy, and people would try to force them to go up there, and we're like, "Oh, are you
not doing that?" Yeah,
exactly. So you run into all those situations. It was interesting, but anyways. So we're at the.
I didn't know you did tech for them.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I kind of.
Dude, they're very fortunate to have you on that team, man.
Well, and I am fortunate that they are paying people to do that because that's unheard of.
Well, I mean, they just did the Halloween bash, or their, whatever it was called this year.
Yes.
And it's a $30,000 plus show.
Yeah.
And that's all funded by them. There's no manager. There's nothing. There's nobody out there putting that money out there.
Yeah, and Schulte's, running most of that. And there's a tremendous amount of overhead that they have.
Yeah. Yeah. So when they pull in $45,000 from a show like that, or $50,000, I mean, everybody walks home with X amount of money, that's not what everybody thinks it is. You know, they still have to have day jobs and everything. Schulte was on, actually, he was on episode like 7 or 10 or 11 or 12 or something like that.
I listened to that one. That was funny.
Yeah, and he's great, you know, but he, you know, it puts in perspective. It's like, we're just trying to make something that is completely different for everybody. And that's so cool that you are investing in this too.
Yeah.
Lots. I mean, because you know these guys very, very well.
I've known
and
them.
they trust you.
Yeah, I've known them about as long as I've known you.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
So,
yeah, 20 plus years.
Yeah, for all those guys.
You know, and I told them too, I said, you know, if you guys need some help, I would definitely love to get on that crew. I mean, I don't know if I can, you know, provide any tech experience or anything.
You know?
But I would love to be a part of that. So I'm reaching out now and saying, hey, if I have the time and it works out and the stars align, I'm there to help out too, you know?
Sure. And Schulte's the guy to, you know, just be like, hey, let it be known, I guess.
I also hit him up and be like, hey, I can open for you guys again. I mean, you know, shit. I mean, the shit you can play, I just won't play your shit.
I'm just not going to play the songs that you play.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, hopefully something works out. I don't know. I can't speak.
If it does, it does. If it doesn't. But
You know.
that's so cool. I didn't know you were that big of a part of them.
Yeah, so it's been fun, and I kind of took this year to kind of venture to this portion of my life that I never, I guess I've never had enough funds to kind of just not work. Because, like, these guys, they're working their day job, also doing this thing. It's a lot of time and effort. For me, I got to just spend this year just doing that and starting up a cover band and working on Town Crier stuff. And
you're still working on Town Crier stuff?
Yes, we have new songs. We just got to get in the studio. And, like, slow time for, like, cover bands is the winter time. So I hope we get something done and get, like, maybe 2 songs out.
So you're not working a day job anymore?
No, not currently. I'm going to hop back into the gauntlet, if you will.
Dude, that's so awesome, man. Because you're an IT guy.
Yeah. I took this year off. I quit my job probably in December at U of I Foundation. They're great people. Nothing against them. It was a great job. I wanted to move to Des Moines. I've always kind of wanted to move there. They had some housing grants and stuff. So I took advantage of it, and it worked out pretty well. So.
Well, you got no kids.
I got no kids.
You're not in a current relationship.
No. Yeah.
So why not?
Why not? I do what I want.
Dude, you're the epitome of a fucking rock star, dude. I mean, seriously, you are. Like, what's your job? Like, what do you put down for your past experiences on your resume? Like, IT, fucking rock star, IT, fucking rock star. Not fucking rock star, but a rock star. I mean, seriously, you are. You're a rock star. You get paid money to play shows.
It's pretty.
You're not the lead person. You know, you're one of the best guitarists I've ever seen in my entire life, hands down.
Well, thanks, dude.
And I'm not gonna sit here and suck your dick all fucking podcast, right? Even though
I'll watch it.
But you know, really, you are. Like, I think you're the most underrated guitarist in Iowa. Period.
Well, thanks. I avoid the limelight.
I know.
I just
and you just rock on stage,
yeah.
and you're in so many successful bands, and you toured all over the freaking country, and you were still just like, at the end of the day, you're like, well, I'll sleep on your couch.
That's right.
You know?
You got some beers, maybe watch some TV, sleep on the couch.
Smoke a little weed, and we're good.
Maybe not. I don't know. I cannot say I would or would not do that.
If you're in California, I mean, what would you say? Or Colorado?
I would say I do or do not. I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
So that brought you said underrated a minute ago.
Yes.
I wanted to ask Ryan if I could.
Yeah.
So I watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos about the most underrated guitarists of all time.
Sure.
The number 1 and number 2 went to the same 2 people on every single video I watched.
For underrated.
Underrated, yeah.
Okay.
And the number 1 and number 2 were either Prince or Buckethead.
Oh. Wow.
Do you have any comment on either of those 2?
Huh.
I didn't know Buckethead.
From Guns N' Roses?
No, from what?
Buckethead played in a lot of different bands and then went solo for a while. And his thing was he would put a KFC bucket.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, which of those 2 do you think is the most underrated guitarist, Prince or Buckethead?
I would say Prince. I've listened to a little bit of Buckhead stuff. I'm not into that style, so it's kind of a biased thing. But I'd say Prince for sure.
Prince, well, Jesus, yeah. Well, I mean, nobody. That's the thing is nobody really ever thinks of him as a guitarist.
Yeah.
He played multiple instruments.
Like,
Is the thing, you know. I mean, but he was always seen with a guitar though, and people overlook that.
Yeah.
That's a great point, Pete.
I'm just saying. Ryan's a guitarist.
Yeah, but he's also a keyboardist too.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I got really into synthesizers, Ableton, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Recently, well, probably 2015 is about when I took the
Well,
jump.
you have to
Yeah.
make the music that you're making right now.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so you have a laptop up there that are using. What are you using actually?
I use Ableton Live when I play,
Yeah.
and then I just got a bunch of VSTs loaded up in there.
What's that mean?
So it's a virtual synthesizer. God, I forget the acronym.
So it's like a program that tells the keys what to do.
Yes.
Instead of using beat pads, you're using the keyboard.
Yeah, so it's like it's a little program, and like the way it's coded, it's able to react like a synthesizer. So they have it modeled from like huge, famously huge ones like Roland Junos, or you got.
So like Peter Frampton used it back in the day with like original synthesizers.
Yeah, and they would lug around those analog
Huge.
synthesizers, which you have to tune. They go out of tune, and they're just very, very delicate. And you don't want to, I don't want to lug that crap around. Like you would
No, why would you? I mean,
Yeah.
you got the technology now. You don't have to.
Exactly, and you would have to have an oscillometer. Is that what they call it?
To tune them?
The spectrum analyzer.
I don't know. You're the one talking about it.
It's the oscilloscope. I think.
Oscilloscope.
Yeah. So
it has the waveforms.
The waveforms.
Yes.
So
yes.
there's sine waves and saw waves. So it would make the form of the wave on the
square, triangle, or curve.
Yeah. So then they use that to measure synthesizer quality and stuff, and they had to get it down to a scientific. Okay, well, there's the difference between the fake one and the real one. So it's like nobody at a show is going to be sitting there like, oh, that's fake.
Right.
Oh, I can tell that's
but
a
it
fake.
sounds, to the ear, it sounds correct.
It sounds correct. Yeah. So they're very useful in that matter. Obviously, if you're recording an album, try to use the real ones if you can.
Sure.
But I use about 15 to 20 of those live, so I have them all loaded up.
Wow.
And I just kind of hop between each one as the song changes. I have about 30 or 40 different ones in Birdchild. In Town Crier, I probably have 20 right now because we don't play a lot.
I mean, this guy,
still a lot,
he makes the sound come alive.
Yeah.
Besides the drum and the guitar and the vocalist and the bassist, you're making that extra sound that everybody hears in all these modern songs that you guys are playing.
It's my favorite thing to do.
And you don't get any of the credit for it. Is the worst part, I guess. Not the best, because you're up there doing your thing and nobody realizes. They're giving everybody credit on the vocalist and the drummer and the guitarist, and you're up there just jamming away with your with the keyboard, but you're actually making the sounds like.
Yeah, I try not to use presets as much as I can.
So it's all live.
Yeah. So I modify them the way I want them to sound, so I get them to do what I want them to do. So I never really use hey, the factory preset, that one, that's going to work perfectly.
Do you have anything out on YouTube that we can listen to real quick?
Yeah, so Town Crier, I'm gonna
see. Okay, here's the thing about Town Crier. I loved Town Crier when they first came out. I loved you guys, and that's great. And I do like Town Crier.
Sure. Yeah, but
But
you don't have to love us.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I fucking hate Jerry Lawrence.
Come on.
Oh, come on, dude. Are you serious? Okay.
Yeah, I am serious. How do you hate that guy?
He's very likable. He's very, very likable.
All personal differences aside, we're gonna let that go because we're not gonna sit here and dog anybody on the podcast.
I'm not dogging. Dogging in Britain is like sucking dicks out of a car, man. I'm not sucking dicks out of the car.
Listen, Pete. Hey, whatever your personal differences with him, it is what it is, and I'm just gonna stop that right there because, we're talking about something that.
Look, I liked Ryan's guitar, man. I liked. I said that I liked Town Crier, and it's because of Ryan, not because of Jerry.
No, and that's
boy.
fine. And you can eat, and that is totally justified, 100%.
I went to Jerry's apartment. I've been in Jerry's apartment. Where is it?
But here's the thing. When was the last time you seen Jerry?
Oh, it's probably got
Yeah,
25,
it's
25
probably been
years
a
ago.
long
20
time.
years ago,
Yeah,
right?
at
So
least.
it's a different person then.
He's a different person.
Then we were all different people 20 years ago.
Yes.
All right.
So let's bring up something that we were talking about with what you do on the synthesizer and everything. But I just want to make
I
that a
know
point.
you're right, Brian. You're always right.
I'm not
Fine.
right. I'm not saying
Just-
I'm always right. I'm just saying, listen, people are different than they were 20 years ago. Okay?
Yeah.
I was a different person 20 years ago. 100% I was a different person 20 years ago. I'm 50 pounds heavier. And
physical changes.
I mean, and what I did in high school and what I did after high school and everything I do now is completely different. People change.
All right.
And that's all there is to it. And that's where I just want to stop it with you, Pete, because
You're right.
give
you're
him
right.
a chance again because he's a good dude. He's a good dude.
He probably is. You know, most humans are.
There was a lot of people I didn't get along with in high school, like my buddy Aaron Lara. I didn't get along with him in high school at all, and him and I are great buddies now. Shout out to Aaron Lara if you're seeing this, man. Love you, dude. We butted heads in high school for some stupid reason. I don't even know why. Pete Serbasek.
Pete.
Dude, I punched him in the hallway. And now,
you punched Pete in the hallway?
yeah, and I was an asshole.
Man.
I was an asshole at the time, and I'll say that. And Pete Service like, dude, you're my buddy now, and we're friends on Facebook, and we've worked together several times at weddings and stuff. And the first time we worked together, I hadn't seen him in 15 years, and I'm like, hey man, I'm sorry. I was an asshole when I was freaking 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all there is to it. Like people change. And
This is the what was the Bush Light? Was that Carl King? Carlson?
No, Carson King.
Carson King. Yeah, this is the same shit, man.
Well, exactly, and that, we got into that with the last podcast with James Larson, and it's like because this guy retweeted a tweet from frickin' Tosh.0, which is the most offensive guy on the planet.
Yes,
and now
Everyone
he's getting
should know
frickin'. You know what I'm saying? Like, and James Larson brought it up to DJ Verbatim, who's half black, and he's like, are black people pissed about this? And he's like, I don't think so. Like, nobody's really, no black people are like, lynch him up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're just like, okay, well, he retweeted, who fucking cares? He's not racist. And even if he was, what Verbatim said, even if he was racist, look how much money he raised for the children of the hospital. That race doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying? It's like,
Huge.
who fucking cares?
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. So like, why do you have to bring race into it?
Yeah.
But like, Pete, I'm sorry I had to stop you because
No, you're good. You're good. You were right.
I'm not trying to be right or wrong. I'm just trying to make you realize that, hey man, you haven't talked to this guy in 20 years.
Yeah.
So don't put him on blast that you hate him. Hey, if you hate him, you hate him.
No, Ryan's the authority on this. Though.
Well, okay.
Is Jerry a good guy?
He is one of my dearest friends. So he is.
Well, you know what? I like you, so I have to accept that.
You have, yeah. I mean, it just maybe at the time that you've talked to him, and everyone has their different
And Pete-
difficult moments.
Pete, you're one of my dearest friends, right?
Yeah.
I'm one of yours.
Yeah.
And I love Jerry.
Well,
I actually asked him to come on the podcast. So we're setting that up.
There it is.
I mean, he's a great guy. And you
if
should
you
be here.
If you two both love him,
I should have brought Jerry with. Well, he's busy.
Yeah,
He's busy.
He's busy.
I'll suck his dick.
Jeez.
Where are you going?
Where are you going, Pete? Don't
I'm
leave.
going to get some beer.
Oh, okay.
All right, yeah. Grab Plot's one. He needs another beer.
Sure, I'll
hey,
take one.
Hey, Pete, grab them out of the freezer in the back room here.
Yeah, they're gonna
They're in the-
explode.
yeah, we don't want them to explode.
That'd be terrible.
Would be fucking awesome.
Well, now we're gonna go clean up Roni's bathroom because it's in there somehow.
Probably it's the big freezer, Pete. So anybody who's
What's going on in there?
no,
I know, but there's no light. I don't understand what's going
it's
on.
the
I
switch.
don't understand what's
It's
going
the
on in
switch
there.
right here. It's the white switch,
All right.
not the black switch. No, there's actually a black switch and a white switch. Seriously, look.
There is
I'm not making it
there
up.
actually
Yeah.
is a black and a white one.
Yeah.
It's very color coded.
Yeah.
How you say very black and white?
It's very black and white. The white switch opens up the laundry room. Black switch opens up the rest of in here. Yeah.
The rest of all that good stuff.
I know. So,
yeah.
boy, that could have got heated quickly. Huh?
Well, that was
you know?
that that escalated.
So if you
very
guys are still
quickly.
with us, thank you. Oh my gosh, we got Ryan Potts from Birdchild, formerly Town Crier, and he's also the tech with the Pork Tornadoes.
Yes.
Did you help with the Cedar Rapids show here?
The Colonels?
No, the one that just happened over Halloween last weekend.
Oh no, I just attended. So I went there.
No,
had a great
in the
time.
freezer, the big chest freezer.
What the hell's going on?
There's a 6-pack in there. I'm gonna have to do this. You know that, right? You know.
The moderator left the building.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. What happened here?
Oh, that's okay.
The wheels fell off. Only 35 minutes into the
35
podcast.
minutes in. Wow, that's actually. It seems like it's been
Well,
longer.
it's because Pete brought a thermos full of vodka with ibuprofen in it.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Seriously.
it's a dual action. Like one thing leads to
That's
this.
shit I deal with every day. I gotta work with him tomorrow. You know that, right? Pete, did you find it?
No. Just calm down.
It's the chest freezer. The big fucking white chest. Open it up. There's a 6-pack in there, probably frozen.
The meatloaf too. Get that too.
Mom, the meatloaf. Fuck.
I found it.
Oh my.
Potts,
Found it.
did your horoscope say anything about this today?
Mercury's in retrograde. So.
Yes, Pete.
Yeah, this video looks pretty good, man.
Does it look nice?
Yeah,
Can you see
actually,
everybody?
Looks nice.
All right.
Plots looks good.
Well,
Thank
Potts
you.
always looks good, man.
Yeah.
I guess I credit that to never being married and never having kids.
And
Ah.
Asian.
And I'm Asian. So I got all those things. By the
Wait,
time
are
I
you
turn
Asian
60, I'm
for
going to
real?
look like I'm 90.
You're Asian?
So,
No.
Let
That
me get
doesn't
the white
happen.
hair, the
White
long
people do that. White people age. Only your bottom half, which the bottom half is white on you. So you're good. You
It
got a
is.
bigger dick than most Asians.
I might have a slight advantage, very small advantage.
That's so messed up.
But yes,
Jesus, Pete. Did you make it? You look so confused right now.
I'm sorry. I was just. I'm sorry. I don't understand what's going on in your basement. That's all. There's a fucking fridge that is slightly working.
It's not.
Okay, what happened?
I
man?
don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
All
And,
right.
and I'm okay with it because you're going to help me take it out of here on Wednesday.
The fact that you said, okay, we got to bring this back. You said Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Right? No, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Oh,
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
so
Wednesday.
Yeah, we got to work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Get this goddamn beer open.
I don't have a device with me. I mean, we could,
Jesus.
I mean, it's a twist top. It's a domestic twist top. Oh, look at that.
Christ.
I mean, you just gotta have a little.
Oh, I
forearm
put the
strength.
earphones back
Well,
on.
I do work production.
Yeah.
Did you bartend at all, Ronnie?
No, never.
I thought maybe you did at one
Never
point.
bartended. I've never worked food industry.
Yeah. I haven't either.
I've DJ'd
No.
and worked retail.
Mm-hmm.
And now I make lip balm.
Didn't you sell wine for a while?
I did.
Yeah.
A long time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the difference between red and white?
I mean, are we going to go down this path?
I mean, I can do it.
Right here.
Whoa! What's that?
We
Oh,
got
what's
a
that?
Gnarly Head Pinot Noir.
Oh, there we
It's a
go.
2017 vintage out of California, which means that it has no distinct vintage or actual vineyard that it came from. It's saying California, so there's no distinct place. It's not coming from Napa. It's not coming from Lakeside. It's not coming from any of that.
So
And you
it's
can put it together. So this is light-bodied red wine.
Oh.
So it's a freak of nature, like
It's
a
gonna be
culmination of all of the wine.
Well,
and-
they could have Pinot Noir from several different vineyards.
Right.
Okay. And then they bring them in, and then they put them in oak barrels,
Mhm.
and they ferment them first, and they put them in oak barrels, and they age them. Now,
Right.
Pinot Noir is going to be a medium-bodied, dry red wine. So it's not like Cabernet Sauvignon, which is going to be a full-bodied dry red wine. All the residual sugar is fermented to the alcohol content in here, and it's probably about 12, anywhere from 11 to 13%. I don't know what it says on here.
Are you gonna open it?
13.5.
13.5, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna open it.
But we should. Yeah.
So white wine, it's not aged in oak barrels. It's usually aged in concrete or stainless steel, and then it is aged on the grapes, which are green or yellow or light colored for a short amount of time and then they're pressed off. The red wine is fermented on the grapes, and that's what gives it the red color, right?
Right, yeah.
So it's called a must.
As far as I
all
know.
the grapes rise up to the top when you add yeast to the wine, and it attacks all the sugars in there. And then there's also yeast in the air. And I got a story for that here in a second. So it's called a must that you have to push down every 6 to 12 hours. I know you can speak out loud.
No, I'm just saying that you're going nuts on this shit. I was just saying.
You said
used to do
I'm
it.
a certified wine specialist by the
Yeah.
Gallo Institute of Wine.
I
know
get it.
wine very, very
See,
well. Yeah.
You and my old roommate, Bryan, would get along very well.
Did you spell his name I with or a Y?
It's I.
Fuck him.
Fuck that guy. Yeah.
Man, all my friends are getting trashed here. This is bullcrap. I'm leaving. No, I'm just kidding.
Really?
No, I wouldn't do that. But anyways, Bryan, he taught me a lot of the very little I know about wine. He was a great resource for that. He works for Okaboji Wines. I don't know.
I know Okaboji.
Yeah. So he is one of those one of their probably leading salespeople, I would imagine, because he does a lot of traveling. So
There's still a cork in that. What's going on? Sorry.
Yeah, I just took the foil off. We just took the foil off, folks. That's it.
there, that's all that's happened so far. And now we're getting this device that looks like it's a space age corker.
It's a fucking orgasm machine, is what it
Oh.
is. Oh, look at him! He's pumping it.
It's the nice one, which it auto. You know, I have the old one where you have to turn the top, and it's not one motion. It's got to smell the cork. This is part of it.
I actually do want to smell it.
Yeah, that smells good. It smells nice. I mean,
nice.
Do you know who distributes that wine? Is it Johnson Brothers?
Johnson Brothers.
Brian's gonna kill me.
It's kind of it's light.
It's gnarly head. I mean,
It's light. It's light.
It is light. It's a Pinot Noir. This is the stepping stone, which what is heavier is Merlot and Cabernet Sauvignon. Pinot Noir is great with like ham, pork, some salmon fish, not like a light fish, and it's also good with steak too.
Didn't you have like a wine connoisseur on here? Like, what was his name? Jesse.
Just
Yeah.
Sauerbrei.
Jesse Sauerbrei. That's it.
Yeah, he brought a bottle of Cristal.
Oh, you have the bottle. Yeah. You guys drink Cristal?
And fried chicken.
Oh,
It's
what?
unbelievable. Because
Cristal and fried chicken.
well, the
I did
champagne.
listen
So
to that.
Cristal is a dry champagne, right?
Yeah.
And the fried chicken is greasy, and it's so good together. Let's cheers, guys.
Cheers.
We're drinking a
Very
2017 Gnarly Head Pinot Noir.
It's a good year, 2017. I spent most of it working on a vehicle.
Did you really? Did you really?
I actually did, yes.
What vehicle was it?
It was my Pontiac GTO.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you drive now? You always have
I've
fucking bomb-ass cars, dude.
I now drive a very domestic Mazda 3 hatchback.
I seen that.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if it was a rental.
No. With my past, you would think it would be a rental, but nope, it gets my band gear in there, and I get good gas mileage when I'm on the road.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
good,
Jesus
it's good
Christ, we're
vehicle.
getting old.
I know, and
We're getting way old here.
the
ladies and
economical features.
I
are
drive
really
a fucking
nice.
Traverse, I mean, I went from Tahoe to Escalade to Suburbans to fucking Traverse.
Yeah, Ron, you have the big baller vehicles. You always had the always had the big baller ones.
You know what Pete drives?
Oh, dude.
The Segway. Did you see it outside
No.
when he came up? Oh, he drives a Segway.
You drive
He's
a
got
Segway?
He's got a bomb-ass lifted Tacoma, and he drives a Segway every day.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, the Segway's fucking fun, for one.
Yeah.
It's cheap, it's free, and it's fucking fun.
Well, it wasn't free. I
Well,
mean,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it did $550. But, no, $550.
Like
It's free.
7 months ago, right? I was coming up to a stoplight.
Can you get
and,
pulled over in a Segway?
if you're
Yes.
on public roads.
Yeah.
Yes.
But on the sidewalk?
I don't think so. No. So I pull up to First Avenue and 29th Street, and I see this guy in a
is
Segway, and I
good
looked at my
shit.
son, and I was like, "Ha! Look at this guy right there! It's wait, I know him. It's Pete. It's Pete."
hey,
and I rolled
Pete.
down my window. Hey, Pete!
Dude, Nick's done that to me so many times.
I
though.
do it to you all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an interesting vehicle choice.
Well, there's this one.
He only lives, what, mile and a half from work or something like that? 2 miles?
Less than a mile.
Less than a mile.
Less than a mile.
Well, on the route you go, as the bird flies, less than a mile.
Right.
And there's this one black Toyota Tundra. There's a one. I don't know who they are, but it's one black Toyota Tundra that comes back at me about once every other day or so, and they just roll their window down every single time they see me and just go, "Fuck you!"
Why?
"Fuck you! Just walk, you motherfucker!"
Wow.
I love this. I love this so much.
Oh my gosh.
I have no idea.
Why would they do that?
Their anger towards the Segway is so. I don't.
Or you.
Maybe they just hate you, Pete.
It might be me.
Maybe.
It's possible.
Yeah.
But it
So, like, Pete and I work together, right? And so we're sitting on lunch, and I'm like, did you get yelled fuck you today?
That's an everyday question.
Yeah, well, because I'm just like, this is awesome. If you did.
Did he try to take a swing at you with the Tundra?
they fucking hate me, man.
Just walk.
They hate
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
They really hate the Segway.
Yeah, they do. I don't know
think
what it is. It might be. I think it's a conservative thing. It's a very Republican thing.
Sure.
He
doesn't like fossil fuels.
We're going to put it towards
exactly.
politics? No, the fact that you just like to ride the Segway.
Yeah, well, it's
I just like.
Why don't you tell the story about why you don't walk your dog in a Segway anymore?
Oh, god damn it, Brian.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, everybody wants to hear why Pete doesn't walk his dog on a Segway anymore.
If I were to turn my head around, you would know, because I have a giant scar on the back of my head.
How'd that happen?
Oh, the dog pulled you instead.
That's pretty much it. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, I got a giant concussion.
Oh no.
Yeah. So okay, I was walking the dog on the Segway because she loves it. She gets to walk really fast.
Because it goes 12 miles an hour.
Yeah. So she gets to just go, you know?
Yeah.
She loves it.
Mm-hmm.
But she saw a squirrel. So
Oh, of course. It's a darn squirrel again.
Yeah. So she went
Squirrel!
Squirrel!
she went left, which was fine.
Uh-huh.
And then she went right because the squirrel went right.
Uh-huh.
Which put me up on one wheel.
Ooh.
And that's fine still.
I actually
it's
wish
still
I would have seen that.
But then the squirrel went behind me, and when the dog pulled me backwards while I was on one wheel, it turned into my head backwards into the concrete because it's a 50-pound pit bull, and she's not gonna stop going after that squirrel.
No.
And she kept going.
So I got knocked out, completely knocked out. I pissed my pants, apparently, because I woke up with pissed pants. I woke.
You're like, that wasn't there before.
But there's a silver lining here, though. Where did you get knocked out at?
In front of the
fire station on 29th Street.
Yeah.
So the guys at the station saw you.
Yeah, you saved him.
Yeah. So
mouth to mouth. They gave him a blowjob.
No, they didn't.
They're like, well, it's all wet down there. I don't know what do we do.
yeah.
The fire station guys came out, and Lexi, the girl dog, the foster dog that I'm helping, she did what every other girl's ever done to me. She looked at me and she saw me in angst. She saw me in pain. She saw me with my pants wet, and she went, "Ooh, firefighters." She ran right past me and went to play with the firefighters while the firefighters came over to help me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my owner's an idiot.
You're lucky that only that happened to you, though, Pete. Though, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had a concussion. You had a big concussion on the back of concussion.
Oh, it's a scar, dude.
Yeah. No.
Oh, you got a scar too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You didn't have to get stitches though.
I didn't simply because I didn't go to the hospital.
I asked you if you went to the doctor.
I went to the doctor, but not the hospital.
Fucking lied to me.
I went to the doctor, but not the hospital.
He lied to me. I mean, my dear friend of 35 years lied to me.
What really happened?
I didn't go.
You were abducted by aliens, weren't you?
I would love that probe.
Jesus. I knew it was going to get to this point. Just not 49 minutes in.
We're really early for this one.
Yeah.
Like,
Are you serious? We're only 49 minutes in?
Yeah, that's it. I know. It's felt like a long time.
It feels like a long time.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
No. So okay, fine. So whatever. Like the firefighters came over. They helped me. All right. I had blood all over the concrete. I pissed my pants.
Mm-hmm.
The dog was still running around, just fucking having fun.
Did she ever get the squirrel?
She did not. But she has.
Man, this is such a. The ending of the story is so anticlimactic. It's not even funny.
I know. But she.
I mean, the best part is that you pissed your pants.
Okay, that's not the best.
I mean,
not to
kind
me.
of at this point. I mean, you would agree with me. He pissed his pants. That's kind of great.
It's not the best point to me.
No, it's not the best point. It's the best part.
Oh, I see what you...
Yeah,
Okay,
it's not the
yeah.
best point. No, I mean, if she would have got the squirrel, that'd be the best point.
She did get a couple squirrels, though. She's
Not
killed...
that day.
Not that day, no. But she's killed about 4 or 5 squirrels now. I've had to drag carcasses out of the backyard a couple times.
I had one in the backyard here a couple weeks ago. I was mowing for the last time.
Yeah.
Big
The final mow.
fucking red squirrel. And it was like still limp, so it was a fresh kill. So
Ooh.
it had punctures in it. So either one of two things happened, because I approached my dog Gemma first, and I said, "Hey,
Did you do this?
did you do this?" And she kind of shrugged, like, and I'm like, "I believe her." And then I'm like, maybe a hawk had it with talons.
With the talons.
And just dropped it. But it's right by the
I
fence.
have seen that happen before. Literally so much blood.
No, what?
Like, oh yeah.
There was no blood, though.
There was no blood.
There was no blood.
Oh yeah, because it was in Iowa City, and I was living with my old roommate Bryan. We were standing outside, and
With
I was
an eye.
I with an and at that time I smoked cigarettes. I'm actually a month out of cigarettes right now.
Hey, congratulations.
Wow, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Pete doesn't smoke anymore either.
Yeah, congratulations,
Yeah, good
dude.
job,
Yeah,
Pete.
fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
I
High
haven't
five.
smoked in years.
Yeah, Bryan, you quit a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's great. This time was weird. I've had a lot of weird changes, It felt like I was like going through anxiety, then I had a cold, and then
We'll come back to that, and then
We're
tell me
going
about
back
your
to the
story.
squirrel.
But I want to hear about your smoking story, because this is inspirational.
yeah, I'm gonna try to inspire the rest of the millennial smoking American spirits.
You're a Gen X, motherfucker!
Yes.
Hey, I smoked them too. I'm not gonna complain. I also had PBR, so I can't say much.
PBRs.
Oh my god.
It's terrible. Anyway, so the squirrel, we were standing outside just having a smoke. All of a sudden, this hawk comes out of nowhere. This squirrel just standing on the wooden fence. Talons go right into it, and we see it, and the squirrel just like all wiggly and stuff, and then blood is just leaking all over the fence. I'm like,
Whoa.
I didn't know how much blood was in a
Whoa.
squirrel, and
No,
I'm like,
it's a lot.
you figure a pint
Yeah.
maybe.
I've cleaned squirrels before. No, they get bloody.
Yeah,
Like,
they-
I've split them open and taken out
Yeah.
their insides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it went away with it. There goes squirrel.
Some bitch.
Yeah, so it might have been a hawk in your backyard.
But there was no blood on the ground. Is the weird part. So I'm thinking that the squirrel fell and hit the fence,
Mm-hmm.
and then Jem just came up and just chomped it, and then she's like, "Well, fuck, I don't know what to do with it. Just leave it." Well, I get this.
I can't cook this.
I don't even like this. I'm vegan. Well, I have this cherry blossom tree in my front yard, and every fall it makes these berries, right?
Yeah.
And when it gets cold out at night, the berries fall and they split open on the ground, and the natural yeast in the air ferments these berries, and then the birds eat them, and they get drunk as fuck, and they fly right into my fucking windows, right?
Really?
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's why it's not because it's clear. It's because they're
Because they're just
inebriated.
I mean, me and my grandfather, because this is my grandfather's old house. We used to
I
sit.
didn't know that.
Yeah, we used to sit in the eat-in kitchen, right,
Mhm.
and watch them flop around on the frickin' driveway after eating them. I mean, it's like almost instant. And every day, the whole back of my house is windows, 16
Mhm.
feet, ceiling to floor. I'll be watching TV on my days off. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, there's dead birds. They just kill themselves. Yeah.
And today we're gonna go off ourselves. What was that?
He tried to.
You?
Fuck you guys. I can't do this.
You're not a good Jamie.
No, I'm not a good Jamie.
No. But you're a great guest.
Good guest, the Genesis guest, the one that was the first.
I love
It was so
Plots.
weird.
That's Plots. Hey, did you know about Boo McNutt? We talk about him in every episode.
Boo McNutt. I was listening to an episode and I heard something about Boo McNutt
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, that's a
That's
funny
Boo
thing to
McNutt.
call somebody.
It has Boo McNutt.
You can't see Boo McNutt on the
No,
video.
no, and that's the whole point. That's
Oh,
why
good,
I have it
good,
angled the way
good.
it does. So
Good.
You must come here and experience Boo McNutt. He's staring at me right now. He's like,
yeah,
I don't know if I like this guest.
he's amazing. No, he loves you. He loves all the
Does he
guys.
love you?
Yeah.
Okay. He's got like baseball quarters for his ears. Pretty interesting.
No, those are coconut.
Oh, is that? Oh.
Those are shells.
Oh, those
shells,
are shells.
yeah.
It looked like a baseball that was cut like.
Oh no! What'd you do?
Oh, Boo McNutt.
What'd you do, man?
Oh God.
Oh.
Now he's
fuck
pissed.
me.
He is
I just
upset.
fucked up Boo McNutt.
Is that gonna screw up the juju with the?
Yeah, probably.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we're gonna
I
have
may
a good
not
show.
make it to work tomorrow. I fucked up Boo McNutt. Yeah.
The boss listens to this episode. That's why he wasn't in. It was
Yeah.
Boo McNutt.
Yeah.
God damn it.
There was one episode that we drank one of those. They're from 1977.
The Pepsi.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 1977.
How was the flavor?
flat as fuck.
Yeah. I
It was like
wondering.
sugar.
Yeah.
Like fermented sugar. Was it?
No, because no yeast can get
No
into
yeast
it.
can get in.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
it was just flat sugar water.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when Marvin McNutt used to have a touchdown for the Iowa Hawkeyes?
Sure,
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone would go McNutt.
I don't remember anybody doing that.
I don't either.
Do you guys remember that?
McNutt.
Well, I
remember
asked him
Marvin
to
McNutt,
be a guest on my podcast, so that's out of the question.
Oh, you did.
fucking sorry,
Jesus
man.
Christ, Pete.
Wow, you just tarnished all hope for Marvin
Look,
McNutt.
Marvin McNutt used to have touchdowns. We know that. That's a thing. All right.
100%, yeah.
When you jerk off, you make nut, and you nut like this. So the fact that someone, oh fuck you guys. You know what? You know what?
Plots, we have standards on our podcast. And,
They're very high.
no.
No, not.
But that's not one of them. You know, it's like, hey, man, we don't talk about pleasuring
Sure.
oneself
The thing that
to
Jesus
a
told us
team
not
member
to do.
of the Iowa Hawkeyes, you know?
Yes.
Look, Guy Rucker. I got a story about Guy Rucker.
I don't know if I want to hear it.
We probably should not say it.
All right. No Guy Rucker stories.
Right. We're gonna his lawyer's gonna call
What
Bryan the next day and be
what
like,
about BJ
we're gonna have to
Armstrong?
pull that.
No, we're not going to BJ Armstrong either.
BJ Armstrong. No.
Hey, with that being said, here we're going to take a break here and listen to our sponsors and get Pete a glass of water.
Yeah, sounds good.
The GXP Podcast is brought to you by Generation X Productions. Generation X Productions is your premier DJ, photo booth, and uplighting entertainment company in the northeastern Iowa area. Since 1995, Generation X Productions have been providing exceptional wedding services, corporate events, school dances, and bar and nightclub services that exceed expectations. Go to gxpdjs.com to book your event today.
And that's all I can let you listen to.
Dude, that was good, man.
So that's like something we're working on, and I hope we have it out soon.
Dude, that's
Is that an
radio.
original?
Yeah, that's a Town Crier song.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
radio.
So you're still
quality.
with Town Crier, though.
Yeah, totally.
That
So
was
Town
good.
Crier is still...
It's one of those things that died, but will never truly die.
No, I love that.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, come on. It's like we always keep rebirthing it, I guess. if
Right.
you will. And we just, it's a vehicle we never have to, we don't have to get off of.
Has Jerry on vocals?
Yeah. So Jerry, it's still all the original guys except for the additional guitar players, Lucas, who is new to this rendition of Town Crier, I guess.
So I'm excited to see you guys live as Town Crier.
We just played the 25th at Woolies, and that was fun. Minus, I had a big blub. I was pissed.
What happened?
So we all 2.5 step. Most of us band guys are half step down, so everything's flat.
What does that mean?
So standard E, E, A, D, G, tuning in guitar. Anyways,
Okay.
so we're a half step down. So it's E flat for your first string, B flat, G flat, and so forth. So, anyways, my E flat, the lowest one, I tuned before the show. And then the one time I have a only guitar part, the low E went down to D somehow. And I was like, oh, God damn. And I played, and you stopped. And okay, boys, keep going. And then it just, it goes up in flames. But then you continue the show, and everything was perfect.
So in the show, you can continue that and fix it.
Yeah.
But recording, no.
No. Well, yeah, you're not going to keep that in a recording,
No, of course not. But what I'm saying is most people won't notice it.
In a, like live setting? Or,
Yeah, and a live show.
I think everyone noticed that one. That was a big one. you can hide certain things.
Well,
but,
even the famous Ryan Plotz is, flawed at sometimes.
well, yeah, everyone gets a flaw here and there.
Yeah.
So, either way, it was a great show after that. Everything was fine. It was fun. Good stuff. So,
What's your favorite show you've ever done?
ever played?
Yes.
That's a tough one.
What about Club Arizona?
It was for my...
It was your birthday, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't even my birthday. That's the craziest part.
What?
It wasn't even my birthday. Allie just got some money and she wanted to throw me a party.
It was just a random party.
It was, it was Xander's mom. And everybody's like, happy birthday. And I'm like, it's fucking April.
My birthday is not in April.
It's in September. Like,
You guys blew that shit out of the water. You know
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did really well. I vaguely remember what we played, but I mean, it was our typical songs. But it's hard to remember what you actually did. Yeah.
Well, a little bit of Leonard Skinner. I'm just gonna remind you.
Did we actually play Leonard Skinner?
Yeah, you did.
Jesus.
only for Pete, though.
Oh, it was for us. It was for us.
Oh my gosh.
It was fantastic, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was fucking loving it.
I'm
oh my god.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Plotz is like, I blocked that out.
Yeah, I put that memory out of my brain. I did not play that song. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It wasn't just me. I mean, everyone in the bar loved it. So. You guys are a really good. You're a good band. I don't like Jerry Lawrence.
Stop it! We already
God
went
damn
through
it!
this.
All right, fuck. I know, Brian. I know.
Come on, really.
I think you're a really good band, though.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Pete.
I'm I like that you're coming back.
Thank you. I am too. All of us are always excited about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I love it. Maybe, we'll play more than twice a year, but
that's what you have Birchild for.
Yeah, and that's the fun band. And all of those guys are great. A couple local guys too. Ian Draves, he plays in Soul Sherpa. I don't know if you heard of them.
I have.
Yeah.
And he's monster bass player, all those funk bass players slapping the bass. Just really working those strings.
I was gonna say something, but I'm not.
I'm not gonna say that. And then Lucas Jack, he's a great drummer as well. So he also plays in Soul Sherpa.
Where did you get your start with playing guitar?
So Brooke Hoover, you know him. He's a local Surf Zombies band. Great guitar player. He's legendary here in the Cedar Rapids lands. He was my guitar teacher, but before him was Anitra Milburn. And what kind of kicked off my guitar playing is my mother, my sweet, sweet mother, went to Korea and came back.
Is she Asian?
She is Korean, yes.
All right, yeah. Okay.
So she came back from Korea and brought this guitar back, and it was like a Fender Strat ripoff, like every guitar is probably over there. Yeah. And it was something.
What year was this?
It was, I think I was 8, I think. And it took me about 3 years to actually.
87, 88.
Yeah, 88 maybe, and then it took me about 3 years to actually play. So I was about 11 when I started, probably something like that. So.
And you just, I mean, you tear it up, man.
You know, it's a little rusty now. I don't play
Really?
I don't play guitar as much.
Because you play keyboard.
I play
all the time.
keyboard. Yeah, so
What?
I gotta find time to get back down and brush my chops up a little bit. The Town Crier show, I had a solo, and it didn't feel like, you know, that feeling. You're a musician when you're into it, and like you don't have to think about anything.
You just
You're
do it.
Yeah, you just do it.
The emotions come.
The emotions control you at that point.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, you know.
And you felt that way in the last show?
Nah, it's hard to get there when you play once a year.
No, I'm saying you didn't feel that way in the last show.
Not there are certain parts you always feel that way, but it'd be I like getting into, like, it'd be nice to get in the groove again, like the groove.
Yeah.
Like where you're playing once a week and you really.
So how are we gonna do this?
Yeah, how do we get you in the groove once a week?
You know what? It's just gonna.
Because you don't practice.
I mean, I do.
You do?
Yeah, I have to for Town Crier because.
Well, it's new songs and everything, right? But it's mostly keyboard?
I play keyboards and guitars now in Town Crier, so it's tough to like play once or twice a year and remember everything.
Okay, I get that, but
yeah.
I'm saying for Birdchild, you don't practice for that.
It was quite a bit because the bands got together initially in January-ish, you know,
and the slower times and
we, you know, it just took a lot of work getting things to where they are now.
Well, and you add new stuff and everything else, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is it's not like you're a professional. So, you know, like I'm a professional. I don't bring my equipment home and like practice a set before I go out and play. Like I just know that I can handle whatever it takes.
Right.
You know, and that's what I'm saying is you can too.
I have to practice.
Still.
After
After 30 years of doing this.
Still practice. The keyboard I started playing that in 2015, and it was very basic. Like, I knew chords, and I'm still learning how to play keyboards, really. So, I still have to practice. I have, like, a lot going on the laptop, like a lot of triggers and, you know, going through motions, and sometimes you forget all of the 180 million things that you do at a show.
88 key?
It's 61. So,
61.
yeah.
Okay.
So I have that, and I want to get 2 more eventually. But, yeah, guys and their toys, never gonna have enough. So I'd like to get, you know, another 49 key and maybe another 61 at some point. So 88, I don't need that. I'm not Stevie Wonder. You know?
Well, you know, and that's good to know because I don't know about this part. Like my son has a little chord. I don't know how many keys it is. You know, to make beats and everything. It has a little beat pad, and then it has, I don't know, 22 keys on it or something like that. And,
and that's all you need. It's like a 25 key little guy.
Yeah. And he uses GarageBand, and he makes beats and he does it for all the videos and everything he does because he doesn't want to use copyrighted music or anything anymore. He's trying to make money off his stuff on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, he's got a YouTube studio down here. He's got a freaking monitor or a teleprompter and everything.
And that's like, I think now, like kids, that's your dream job. You want to be a personality or something online. Yeah. You want to be that guy on Twitch playing video games or, you know,
Stampy Long Nose or whatever else. Right. And that's kind of what he blossomed off of. But I'm like, dude, just get good grades and go to college. Go to any college you want, and you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Seriously.
Yes.
You can do whatever you want.
Unfortunately, you still have to obey the social standard of going to college.
And he will.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's a 4.0 student is the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's killing it right now. And he's great in sports. So, complete opposite of me. You know, I started in radio when I was 14 years old, and I didn't think, you know, education was that big of a deal, and I didn't have anybody pushing me on that. And I'm not blaming anybody. It's on me. But I just chose to push that on my children to be like, no, sports is, you know, they're great and everything. But education is where you need to have it. And I think it's bullshit that you have to get a piece of paper and go in debt and all that money to get that fucking piece of paper because
it's so much money.
A lot of people go in debt and they don't end up ever fucking making that money back.
They're never going to come out. I've heard stories of people that just go back to school continually to never pay it back. Because
you get grants to do it and
Yeah.
everything else, you know? But yeah, you know, me on the other hand, I don't have any school debt.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't either.
But your boy, dude, your boy is, that's an athlete right there.
I don't care if he's not.
I know that you're saying that, you know, focus on the grades and focus on the
grades are all of it. 100% grades.
He's a goddamn athlete, dude.
He's a specimen, dude. I mean, he's a fucking... Everybody says this about their kids, and I know people are tired of me saying this. I mean, he's a freaking specimen. And even though he's got a back injury right now and everything. And
Oh, he does?
He's trying to power through that. He got taken out of football. He's still trying to get better to do wrestling and everything. I mean, the guy is in, great shape.
But
He'd be one of those people that never have to work out like you. That always
Oh,
look good.
there it is, Ryan.
That always look good naked, you know?
Fun fact, I do work out. Popular
really?
to country.
Do you really?
Yes, I work out like 4 times a week. Maybe
Yeah?
3. Yeah. And,
But hard?
I wouldn't consider it light.
It's cardio, huh?
I do, so typically I run about 2 miles or plus, maybe 4 miles a week, depending. During the summer, I'll bike 15 or 16 miles a week. And then I have like a weight bench in the basement, who my friend Andy Hearn actually gave to me.
Andy
We're gonna freaking.
Are you gonna get Hearn on here?
No, yeah, I gotta get.
Yeah.
Drew Hearn.
Yeah.
No, but we're gonna arm wrestle.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Doesn't mean I am astronomically strong.
Me either. I don't work out hardly at all. My kid is freaking buff, man.
Yeah,
Like, he is.
So he's a good athlete then.
He's
I've
ripped
never
like
seen
Jesus.
him play.
Unbelievable. Like he's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
like the V
Yeah.
on him now and everything.
Oh, he's got the V, man. He's not gonna have any problems with the lady friends.
Dude, I'm 100% aware of that.
He doesn't know that though.
He doesn't
Oh,
know.
he sure the fuck does.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he
Oh.
does.
The kids have internet now.
Dude,
They
he's
know
got his
everything.
teeth fixed. They're straight now. He's got these
Oh.
big blue eyes with eyelashes. He is
Dude,
gorgeous.
You know, once he gets out of that,
God
he got
damn
out
it.
of the awkward teeth face,
Uh-huh.
and now he's
Now
gonna
he's-
be.
now he's-
He's
now
gonna
he's-
be.
now he's-
But he's not tall. Like, you know, a lot of the kids his age are tall. But he's also taking classes with juniors and seniors as a freshman.
As a freshman, really. So he's
Honors
smart
classes.
too.
Yeah, like I said, and he's acing them. He's got a 4.0.
Mm-hmm.
4.0. And he's killing it. And he has no problem being that guy. And I'm like, oh, God.
You created something special there, Brian.
No, what happened is
I agree.
The exact opposite of me.
Uh huh.
Although he's going to do 100 times better.
I think that's
And-
what every dad wants.
And
though,
that's what
yeah.
I've always wanted.
Yeah.
And that's why I give him the studios. And that's why I give him the means. Because I'm like, I know he's here. I know he's home.
Yeah.
I know he's not out doing what I was doing at 14 and 15 years
Yeah.
old.
We don't want that.
You know, and that's the thing. It's like, I wish my parents were harder on me and kept more close. But they were so enveloped in their own relationship ending that they just lost track of me.
Jesus.
And
Yeah, that's
I
deep. Yeah.
no, and it's serious because
Go ahead,
I just went out on my own and I started working at 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. And
So did I, man. I was 13,
that's where I'm
I
like,
think.
where Xander's like, he mowed lawns this summer, right? And he
Yeah.
made, $500-600. I'm like, cool. And his mom's like, he's spending money on this and this. I'm like, well, he made it. Who cares? Well, he's gonna have to buy a car and this and that. And I'm like, honestly, with as good as grades as he's getting,
Who?
let him buy
Yeah.
his shit. He's
Yes.
not buying. I mean, he bought all tactical gear. He looks like a guy from the SWAT team. That's
Yeah.
what he wants to do. He's still a kid yet.
He's still a
At
kid.
14, I was a man.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like, let him be a kid. Let him be little.
Oh.
Let him be little because
Let him
he
enjoy
has
it.
the rest of his life to be an adult.
Maybe
Does that make sense?
give him a couple more years.
I'm just saying, I know it seems weird, but I let my kids be little as long as they can because, fuck it, in the grand scheme of things, you only have 12 to 15 years to fucking be little.
True.
Be little.
Yep. Like you know, I was working at 13.
I was
12,
too.
Something like that. I was
12.
mowing lawns,
I was
yeah.
baling hay at 12.
Yeah.
I was working for an ice company when I was 13. I was working for a radio station at 14.
Yeah.
I was DJing at 14 years old. In bars that I wasn't supposed to be in, that my mom had to drop me off at.
Yeah.
I was the damn DJ.
Yeah.
I don't want that for my kids.
Yeah.
And my son's like, I want to work for you, Dad. I want to DJ. Cool. Just hold your horses.
Yeah.
Let's get through high school here.
Yeah.
And you have all the time in the world to DJ for me.
And focus on what you want to do.
And DJ, and you can do all that.
Yeah.
Dude, when you're 17, 18 years old, 19 years old, you want to DJ weddings and stuff? Absolutely, I'll bank off you.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. But no, but that's the thing.
You're not
It's
escaping the talent fee.
No. I'm going to make my cut.
I gotta make my 10%.
Family is family, but business is business. No,
Yeah,
but that's the thing. It's like, and that's how it's going to be. It's like, just get through school, man. Don't worry. I'll take care of everything else. Like, I want you to be happy and experience everything in its right. Like, he didn't go to homecoming this year. As a freshman, I went to homecoming.
I still went to homecoming.
Yeah, and I was like, why don't you want to go? He's like, nah, I have no one to
We
go
all went
with.
to homecoming.
Yeah, but he didn't want to because he's like, I don't care. And I'm like, I didn't push it on him. You know what?
LaSalle.
That's okay.
LaSalle, I did go to homecoming. I forget who I went with at LaSalle. It was Megan something. I don't remember.
Senior year?
Junior year, yeah. And then senior year was another Megan. Yeah.
Sankett.
Sankett, yes. Yes.
Yeah. She married Rich DeCote.
Oh, really?
You know Rich?
Rich, dark-haired Rich.
Tall guy. Yeah. They got kids and everything in a big house and everything.
I did not know
you
that.
fucked up
What
that
the
one.
fuck are you two talking
Well,
about?
luckily, I like Rick. He's a good dude.
It's
Am I thinking?
Rich. Rick? Is it Rick or Rich? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
What the fuck?
I know. Because I remember that was senior year.
Yeah.
Megan Sankett or something like that.
Megan
Sanko?
Sankett. Yes.
Sanko?
Megan Sankett. Yep. So, anyways, that was.
So here's the question I have to you two.
Oh Jesus, here we go. You guys seen this?
What?
Have you seen what happened to Pete here over the last hour?
Yeah.
He got drunk
Yeah.
because he was drinking straight vodka.
Alright.
We're not.
Just casually
So
sipping.
my question to you two is, when you think back to high school, all right?
Yeah.
And you think back to girls that were super hot in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and they were under 18 at the time.
Yep.
Are you a fucking pervert?
No, because you're under 18.
No, you're the same age. So you're thinking the same things.
So it's okay at 30 plus years to get turned on by thinking back to.
Pete, this is fucking weird, man.
I don't know.
So here's the deal. I didn't turn 18 till 2 weeks after my freshman year in college.
I know
So,
that. I get that. I get
You know,
that. I get
everything was fair game for me. As far as
if you wanted to have a girlfriend when
I'm
you're
just
14 and that you can't go date 21-year-olds.
that. Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Well, I mean, the cool people
I'm
maybe
just
did,
saying. Now, I'm just saying now. If
it is different now because social media has brought everything to attention.
Yeah.
Is the biggest thing, right? So if you're 18 years old trying to date a freshman in high school because you're a senior,
Yeah, that's bad.
is that wrong?
Yes, that's wrong. Yes.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah.
But at the time, people did it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so what I'm saying is because social media has put everybody's age out there for everybody to see, is that wrong? Because there's a 4-year age difference. Because if you're a senior and you dated a freshman, there was nothing really wrong with that. Nobody
not
batted
really.
an eye.
There was
Right?
a lot of that.
Now, first of all, I didn't turn 18 until my freshman year in college.
Uh-huh.
So, I was still a minor and everything, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people turned 18 either at the end of the junior year or
I was at
sometime
start of
senior
it. Yeah.
year. Exactly. And there was actually juniors that were older than me, like Grant Munson.
Mhm.
He was older than me by
Yeah,
3 days.
Grant,
Mhm.
yeah.
And a couple other people. But what I'm saying is that I was a 17-year-old as a senior.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be acceptable for me to date a 14 or 15-year-old.
Yes.
And now thinking about it, as I have
Yes.
almost a 13 and a 15-year-old, I'd be like, no, fuck no.
No.
No, exactly. But they're in high school, so it'd
Yeah.
be acceptable.
In high
but
school,
an
acceptable.
18-year-old dating a 14 or 15-year-old,
That
or
automatically
even
becomes
a 16-year-old, you're like, no, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's happening in high school right now.
Right.
And I have kids that are coming up to that age, and I'm like, I don't know if I feel comfortable with that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Stop eating those.
Oh, they're aspirin. They're fine.
No, they're not.
That's an
Because when you're a senior and you see a freshman girl and you're like, oh yeah.
Well, yeah,
She
we
could be
automatically
14 or
thought they're
15.
attractive, whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
but at the time, you're 18 years old.
Yeah. So you're technically an adult.
Uh-huh.
That can't buy
That's
booze.
an interesting thing to think about.
Yes.
It's weird.
It's
really weird because I have kids that are that age now. And
I think
I'm not worried about my son so much, but my daughter. Because she is a beautiful young lady that's turning 13 here.
It's your imagination, man. It's your imagination.
Well, my imagination also fucks people up. That's my little girl. You gotta understand.
I'm with you.
I don't know.
I can understand the sense.
This all went into a weird direction. But
I'm not sure how we got there.
I'm
we'll
not
have
sure
to
either.
listen
It's
back.
my fault.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, but it got weird.
Yeah.
Because when we were that age, it didn't seem wrong.
No, not at all.
And now I'm like,
now it seems wrong. But there's a lot of things that have been brought to light.
It's social media.
Yeah, that's social
is what
media.
it is.
The
Because
internet
people
in general.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because you have to have everything right now, instantly. Remember when we were graduating?
Yes.
Nobody had cell phones.
No, we had a pager. I think
I had a pager.
You had a pager.
What did you have, Ryan?
I had nothing.
No,
You had
you
nothing?
called somebody's motherfucking house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had to go make purchases that were embarrassing. You couldn't have it shipped in an anonymous box to your house. Like you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
You had to go get things. You actually had to procure things versus.
If you want to know if somebody's home, you go to their house and knock on the door.
Yeah.
And their parents come and be like, "Is Zach here?"
Mhm.
I don't know.
All right, and then you have to wait outside.
And then stand outside.
And Valena would come to the door, like, "What's up, guys? Hey, we're gonna do this. All right, I'll be right out."
Okay.
He's game.
He's coming out.
That's what would happen.
Yeah.
You now the connectivity.
Or having a phone conversation.
Oh, dude, I used to sit on the phone all the time back in middle school.
Yeah.
Like, all you do, like, when we got a wire or cordless phone, fuck yeah!
I don't have to hang out in an uncomfortable spot
It was
where
like
my parents can
It was
listen.
like.
That metal antenna.
Yeah. Telescoping. And then when the VTech came out that were see-through, and they just had a black rubber antenna on top.
Yes, well, you're
I
like,
can go out my front yard.
That's next
I can go out
level.
my front yard.
And then 2.4 came out, and 2.4.
Dude,
you're
remember
like,
when you got a fucking caller ID box and
Yes.
it came up and you're like, I can see who's calling.
that is.
You can
that was
star
amazing.
69 them, You can star 69 them if they block it.
Or you star 6-7 and see who called back. Or
Yeah. Now it's like, dude.
67. What?
Star 6-7 and
Yeah.
star 6-9.
Yeah. Star 69, it was like, it would call back to the person who called you.
69. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
what's
Star
this?
67 would block it, but
Yeah.
you could still star 69 it,
Uh-huh.
and then they would call right back to the person who called. And they'd be like, you just called me. Click, click. Star 67. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
In 1991, we got our first push button phone.
Yeah.
Or 1990, and it had like a 25-foot fucking phone cord to it, and it was push button because up until then it was a rotary dial.
Sure.
Yep.
The rotary.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. But then it was like I can sit in the hallway and have a private conversation because the phone cord was 25 feet and it was stretching from the kitchen counter.
Yeah.
Yep. Or they had those big shoulder pads you could put
Yeah,
on the phone.
but then once like cordless phone came out,
Yeah, that was
so awesome.
That was
They're
amazing.
expensive and they're big.
They were so big.
Yeah.
Weren't they like $130?
Oh, they
for
were
like
ridiculous.
Just
Like
a
my
good
parents
one?
sprung for one, and I was just like, I was the only kid in the block that could sit in my room and talk on the phone, and then I would just call people who didn't talk to me.
Right.
Because I'm like, I don't know what to say, but I want to be on the phone.
I want to be on the
And
phone.
then you got call waiting. Oh, that was even
Oh,
better.
that was.
And then if somebody had a party line, so you could have 3 people talking at
Oh,
the
when you
time.
had the 3-way conference
Yeah,
going.
the party
oh,
line.
the party line.
And it was in the phone book as party line
Yep.
number. And I was like, yes, I know
Oh,
that
wow.
their parents are fucking loaded. They have a party line.
Yeah, they live in a nice house.
Fuck was that?
It was a sound effect because there was a girl named Nicole that I did that with.
A party line?
Yeah, party line. And Nicole went up straight. Oh, Jesus Christ! I can't tell the story.
No,
I'm
you
sorry.
gotta tell them now. You kind of.
What happened?
I mean, you guys want to see it, right? I mean, you
Everyone's
want to hear
dying
it?
to
Yeah.
know now.
Nicole,
What is it, Genesis speaker?
Genesis. Oh, she went. She told all of us about her vagina episodes. I don't know how you.
Vagina episodes, what's that mean? Monologue?
Her fingering.
Oh, so she was masturbating.
Yeah, there you
Okay,
go.
that's all I gotta say,
Just
dude.
say the.
I didn't know that fucking number.
Should we cut you off, Pete?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
What happened?
So what was it?
Yeah.
She had a good time. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Jesus Christ, Pete.
So that was like the beginning of the storytelling porno.
Yeah.
Basically.
I don't know what happened.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, she had a good time. She fingered herself, and she orgasmed. Good times, yeah. And then we all talked about it.
Like, as a group?
Yeah.
On the party line.
No.
Oh, on the party line.
Yeah, well,
That was the whole
kinda.
point of it.
Yeah.
So only 3 people could be on the party line, though.
No, there was. You could have more than 3.
Could you?
You were
Yeah.
chaining people up.
Oh, could you?
I guess.
I think you're right.
I never
actually.
had that many people that
So you
wanted
could
to
have-
join.
Well, there was
So
probably,
you guys all called and heard her do this.
No. We didn't hear her do this. We talked about her doing this. It was 7 to 8 people, and then she made this happen, and then all of us talked about it, and it really opened up a lot of female masturbation stories. I don't know.
I mean, between everybody or what? I mean,
Well, I think it was just kind of an open situation.
it was an open book at that point.
Yeah. At that
Okay,
point.
so she did this, and everybody's like, okay, this is fair game now.
Yeah. So a lot of girls then started. A lot of girls. Stop laughing at me.
We're laughing,
a lot of
we're
girls-
laughing at the story. I mean,
A lot
it's
of
a great
girls.
story.
A lot of girls started telling us about their masturbation stories.
No shit.
Yeah.
So it started a trend, if you will.
Yeah. It,
So
yeah.
it's like a phone sex hotline. Almost.
Kind of. Yeah. I mean, a lot of girls started telling us about their masturbation stories.
So they
and-
felt comfortable with sharing.
Yeah, I would say that.
What kind of
Is this
underground business did you have going
Yeah,
on?
no shit. Like, is this a true story?
Yes, this is unfortunately this is actually a true story. In Alabama, where I lived.
Oh, there's an Alabama. That explains
Oh,
a lot.
fuck you guys!
God.
Fuck you guys!
Yeah. All right. Well, we know the quality now has definitely
Look.
changed.
Pussy is pussy.
Is
All
it?
right, I'm just gonna
No, I
tell you.
don't think it is.
No, let's talk about that a little bit. Ryan, is pussy pussy, or is pussy?
We're not going to take it into this direction at all. No way, shape, or form. Is it the same?
Hey, Brian,
we can't.
Brian, it's your podcast.
I know it.
I'm fine with it.
I am
but
not going to
wanna know
allude
if
on the
pussy
fact.
is
It's
pussy.
Ryan's podcast, actually.
Well,
so,
it was.
yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Let's not go to the female anatomy. Unless we
Thank
had like
you.
a female guest here that she could maybe talk about, I don't know, other things.
I'll bring a fucking female guest.
Oh,
if you want me
sure,
to.
maybe.
Right now, if you want me to, I'll just call her and tell her to. Yeah. I'll just-
We don't do call-ins. You're no,
No.
no.
We don't do call-ins.
Boo!
So, anyways, were we talking about? Gosh.
You know, good times back in high school and everything else. So.
Yeah, good times.
So you're just gonna rule me off, all right? Pussy is pussy.
We're off
All right.
that subject. Yep. So, sorry about that. What?
Yeah.
How does it always just sidetrack?
A lot of conversations I have too. Like, they all just start sidetracking.
What do you got coming up here, man?
As far as the future goes, Surf Ballroom, the 29th with Portees is the next big thing. I've been working on some personal stuff here and there. I spent a lot of this year thinking about what I want to do next. And you think it'd be easy to just become an entrepreneur or something like that, but there's so many different things that I'm just going to go back to the corporate world, I think. It's easier. I've thought about, doing PC work on the side, but then there's so many factors. It'd be easier.
Corporate world.
Yeah, sure.
From being a rock star
I
to
know.
back to that?
I can find a Monday through Friday gig somewhere. It'll be fine.
Are you going to be happy with that?
I'm going to work there as long as I can save money, and that's it. And that's all I'm going to do.
And still be a rock star.
Yeah, and still, that will never stop. And the minute that things get in the way, I'll just do what I did this year and just stop for a little bit. So,
How long do you have?
no future employers, please listen to this.
Yeah, exactly. How long do you have to be a rock star? You think? Until you're completely done.
That was another thing that I thought about. Like all my friends are doing it now. This is a great time to just hop in and enjoy myself and do it until you got so many rock stars that do it in their 60s, but they're big time. They got.
There's very few that go through their 60s, man.
Yeah, there's very few. I mean, you got the big ones right now, like Stones are playing still. Here
Paul
and there.
McCartney.
Paul McCartney, Bob Dylan still does it.
Yeah, but you got people like, Petty that passed away, and all these people that
Right.
that are passing away at young ages.
Yeah,
And how much time do you really have left in you?
you're right. And doing it at the rate we do it, I'd think by the time I'm 50, I'm gonna be like, okay.
I thought by the
55.
time I'm 40, and now I'm reaching that age. We're both reaching that
Yeah,
age, and
I'm
I'm like,
almost
I'm not
40.
ready to stop.
I'm not ready. I thought I was gonna be tireder than I was.
Well,
Or I am. But
I mean, I've been doing this 24 years this month.
yeah.
Gigging 24 years, and there are times that I'm like, I don't want to do this. I want to sit at home with my kids, or I just want to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And I work a day job.
Mm-hmm.
But like last night, I played a gig for the very first time at a brand new venue, and it was awesome. And everybody had a great time, and everybody in there was 10 to 15 years younger than me. And they're like, this is their first experience ever hearing what I do.
Right.
That right there.
And they enjoyed it.
100%. And they were like, this is awesome. Like, and
Because
the
you still got the videos going on.
I don't do the videos.
Oh, you don't do the
It
videos?
was straight just
Okay.
music. I'm and what I do compared to what you do is night and day. Like, you're an artist. I play other people's music mixed in with each other, right? So I don't compare myself as the same as you.
And
You are 100 times different.
I
of an artist than
I also play in a cover band, and that's pretty much the same
But
thing.
you're still playing the music. I DJ.
Yeah, but when you DJ though, you do a different way. It's not like you just play. You're actually mixing stuff in.
Yeah,
and
but compared to what you do, man, I do not have the skill that you do. So I don't put myself in the same basket as you.
Okay.
You
Sure.
know?
Yeah.
Because, I could probably teach you to do what I do in a matter of a few weeks. You would take a year or 2 years to teach me what you do. See, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay,
for sure.
so
2 years? Come on, dude.
I'm not do what he does, but be able to to understand and everything. I could teach him in a matter of 10 weeks what to do, because he has the knowledge and the thought base to understand and comprehend everything. It would take me physically years to be able to play a song like he does, even with the keyboards or the guitar or whatever. That's all there is to it, and that's where you are an amazing musician in my eyes. That's why I admire you.
Well, thanks, man.
And I'm not just saying that just to be like, nah, but I really love what you do.
I do too,
Well,
actually, to be honest with
Thanks,
you.
Pete.
As an artist too.
Well, I like you guys a lot as well. I think we should hang out more often.
And we should, man.
We should.
And we will.
And we will.
And we always will, man.
always
You're one of those people that are always welcome at my home. And like I said before, we always pick up where we left off. So, like, when we do get together, it's like, hey, blah, blah, blah.
Hey.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and you're always going to be around my kids to where they're like, oh, that's Potts. That's right. We know him. That's not Josiah.
Wait, that's not.
When is fucking JoJo coming back, man?
I called him today to come down and do this, but
He
too
had a
hungover.
wedding.
Josiah was too fucking hungover to come.
Yes,
Oh,
he hasn't done
fuck
one
that
of these
guy.
yet, has he?
No, he came down and we didn't record one, but we just put the headphones on and we acted like it.
I was here. I was there that night. Yeah.
Oh, you were there for that?
Yeah, and it
Why
was.
did you guys record that?
It
That would have
was
been
did.
awesome.
fucking shit show.
It was
Yeah.
awful. It was awful.
No good.
No, no bueno.
Yeah.
As they say.
There's very few that I don't put out, but that was one of them. And I was just like, yeah. Pete about ruined this one, but
Sorry about that.
I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. You went
You
to
don't
the
have to
bathroom. You gained your composure, and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
So, you know, you played with the dog. You took a piss and splashed some water. on
And
your
now you're
face.
back.
Yeah.
Back better than ever.
Sorry about that,
Splash
guys.
some water on your face.
Yes,
That's
that's
what
not
I
a-
said. That's what I said. Is the
S-
problem? Nobody
H.
caught it.
So,
Splashed.
consensus here: we're all single guys, right?
100%. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going.
How's-
with
how's-
this. I like
Well, no,
this
just
going.
take this in a nice direction. How's the dating scene for you guys?
Non-existent.
Keep going. Keep going.
No, I don't. I mean, if somebody really great came into my life and was like, I can embrace everything you're doing right
Sure.
now.
Yeah.
And with the things I have going on in my life, and I was extremely attracted to them, and they're like, hey, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That's a maybe. It's a hard maybe.
Yeah.
And you know me, Plots.
Mhm.
I've always had 10 after 10 after 10.
You've always had a girlfriend,
Mhm.
you know, for
and,
the longest
and
time.
good-looking women.
And they're good-looking ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest with
I
you,
should say women. Ladies isn't a thing
that's fine.
anymore.
Ladies is fine. I'm just tired of trying to put something together and put my kids through it. So I
yeah.
got like 5 years left, and both my kids will be out of freaking high school.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll try again.
Get on the 50s plus train. I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm
shit,
just
man. I'll only
kidding.
be 43.
That was
Yeah.
fucking funny.
No, I'll only be 43.
I know, right? You're not gonna. You're only be 43.
Right.
And for guys, I think you can date women that are 10, 15 years younger than you are, and it's totally fine.
100%. And I'm not even looking for that. I'm just saying,
Just somebody that's
I'm tired
compatible.
of putting effort in and bringing them around my kids and saying, "Oh, we're going to be a family," and then I date the wrong person and it's not working out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not putting it on anybody else. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that they're a bad person or anything. I'm just saying I make bad decisions apparently,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to put it on me. So I don't want my kids to go through that anymore, and that's why I'm going to stay single here for the next 5 years. Unless somebody amazing really comes through and says, "Hey,
Yeah.
I see what you're doing," and I'm being 100% transparent because I am all over the frickin' social network right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
You know, I mean, we have thousands of listeners, and now we're going video. And
Yeah.
I'm out there saying, "Hey, listen, I got a dad bod. I heard these were in. but you better be pretty freaking cool to come and hang out with me.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, guys.
No, that's a good way to go about it, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just, for me, honestly, if it's not a 19-year-old girl with a fucking tight ass body, I'm just not into it right now.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying. Like,
No, and I appreciate your honesty, but here's the thing: you work with those, and
Where do you work at?
Yeah. Potts is like, God damn, why don't I have a job there?
I don't want
No, we're
to
not gonna
deal with
say
that. No.
No, but Pete, here's the deal.
You guys understand what I'm saying, though, right? Like, if it's
Not really.
No, listen. If it's not a really, really, really good body, why am I invested?
No, it has nothing to do with appearance for me. Nothing to do with
Really?
appearance. Not right now, no. Somebody that is 100% understanding of what I'm doing and the direction that I'm trying to bring my life.
Fuck your psychological shit.
No, because I went on appearance for a long time and I dated the wrong people. And not saying that they're bad people, they just weren't the right ones for me. And that's all there is to it, because those people were all great people. I just chose the wrong person.
Give me a hot girl.
Right, Pete. And you can have them, but Plots, what do you
Everyone
think
would
about
like
this?
So I'm on Tinder and I'm on Bumble.
Oh, are you?
I do that thing, and I've gone on.
Do you date off of that?
At one point I was going on a lot of dates, and what I found was I was kind of spending too much time just trying to get people to go on a date with me.
Yeah.
Versus let it just organically happen, or if they're not like responding at certain points. And I'm not gonna lie, I have ghosted people on. You know, that's well, the conversation just stops.
Yeah,
Or your back is tired of carrying the conversation all the time, and then you're like, well, my back's tired, and
I think all that shit is bullshit anyway.
It's so much just.
I think there's algorithms that push people into the right directions,
Right.
and then
and they all have their premium spots now, and they're gonna direct you to try to get into that.
So have you ever tried like
I've never paid.
Match.com?
I've never paid
Because
for it.
people swear by that.
Yeah, I've heard that's
People
a good
really
one.
do.
Yeah.
But I'm not ready to invest into, a relationship right now, like I just said.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, why would I waste somebody else's time when I'm too selfish right now to be like, I just want to get my kids through high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm totally content. I've been single for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been fucking awesome.
Do you enjoy
Fucking
it?
Awesome. I love it.
Don't get me wrong. I still enjoy my single life.
I love it. 110%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like
No.
it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, here's the best part. It's like, okay, so when I have my kids and everything, the one person I have to deal with is caller number 10. And, because he wants to come and hang out all the time. And I'm like, all right, that's fine.
Sure.
Yeah, he's my buddy,
Yeah.
right?
I love caller number 10.
I love him too. He was supposed to come tonight, but he can't.
Caller number 10.
Yeah.
What's his?
Yeah. So he's caller number 10, So usually he calls ahead of time. We put him on. I'm like, caller number 10, yeah. Anyway, one of my best friends, Pete's my only longest friend besides him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Pete and I have been friends for 35 years.
Yeah.
But,
it's a long time.
at this point in time, I'm just like, you have to be really fucking cool and understanding of what everything I have going on.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are too selfish to understand that. And I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm like, well, then I don't want to date anybody. And I'm cool with that.
There you go.
For once in my life, since I was like 13 years old,
Right.
I am probably the happiest I've been in a very long time.
That's fucking good, man.
That's
because
great.
I don't
That's
have
fucking
to
good.
deal with anybody else's happiness besides mine and my kids and my family. I don't have to clear anything with anybody else besides me and my kids and my family. And it is so relaxing. So like when my kids aren't here, I don't have to deal with my family. Guess what I have to deal with? That bitch right there, Gemma.
She's
that's
a good dog.
And I'm saying that in the most
Where'd she go?
She's right down here.
yeah.
Yeah.
and I call her a bitch because that's what she is. She's had had dogs, or she's had puppies, so she's a bitch. And that is the most political way to say that.
It is. It's the most correct way, according to Merriam-Webster.
That's the only person I have. That's the only person I have to answer to when my children are not here or my family.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been so calm and collected, right, Pete?
Yeah, actually, yeah, very calm.
I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm like, I don't have to deal with it. And, there's been some people out there, specifically females, that said, hey, let's start something. And I'm like, I'm not there.
Yeah.
I'm not there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that
it's not like you're damaged, but
no, it just it just has to be like, I'm not ready to entertain right now.
Right.
Because every other person that I have dated, it's been their show, not mine.
Well, that's the thing with girls, though. I mean, girls require attention.
I get all that. Maybe I'm being super selfish right now.
No, it's not you. It's not you.
I'm just like, well,
girls require attention, man.
And that's great. And I just can't give it right now. So why waste somebody else's time and get them pissed off at me and annoyed because I can't give them the attention that they need or give them the love that they need. And maybe somebody's going to come into my life at some point in time to where I can be like, okay, this is what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, how much attention are you willing to give?
I am willing to give attention to the right person, I guess.
No, not acceptable.
Not acceptable?
No, I'm not.
No, it's the same answer I gave.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Much
no,
the same
it's
thing
not.
in a nutshell.
100% it is.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like you are so content with what you're doing that you're just like, well, maybe if somebody comes along, whether it's a woman or a man or whatever.
It'll be a woman for me, but,
And I'm saying hypothetically with anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
with
because
anyone.
we have to be PC right now.
Well, sure.
That you just... That makes it right. And it feels right. Because people say that. I wasn't looking for anything, and all of a sudden now it's perfect.
Sure.
And then those people also get divorced.
There's a lot of that.
Dude, I have DJ'd almost 800 weddings in my day.
Sure. A lot of weddings.
God.
Right?
Jesus.
And I would say that 45% of them have ended in divorce.
And yeah.
And then a couple people have
damn.
came back to me and I've DJ'd their second wedding.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I'm the common denominator here.
I'm the force that keeps pulling them back together.
Why would you want to have me back? No, but people get married too quick, too fast. And what happens, basically, my parents split when I was like 11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
Did they really? Was it?
Yeah, and I seen the bullshit and the debauchery that happened with all that.
Yeah.
The yelling, the screaming, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And when I had my kids, and I knew I could not be with their moms, I decided to end that part. So my kids never seen any of that. Never.
That's
ever
good.
seen any of that.
That's
And
good, man.
and I sacrificed a shit ton, which is most of it money. Most of it money.
Sure.
Over $20,000 I spent in lawyer fees to make sure my kids are in my life, and then spend $1,100 a month in child support. But that doesn't matter.
No.
My kids are super fucking happy, and they're best friends with each other, and they love each other when they're around each other. And they love it here. It's a positive environment. And when I was providing an unpositive environment here, I ended it. And that's where I was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. Nope. I don't want them to see a negative environment. Yeah, Dad hangs out and he DJs and he has a podcast and he has some rowdy friends that come over, but all of y'all are good people. We don't put any negativity anywhere.
No. The artist crowd, if you will. It's a wild bunch. Like there's so many left, and just people are just. We like to have fun, is what
Sure.
you know.
But we're not negative.
But we're not negative people, and it's not like we're gonna come in and ruin somebody's day, or speak badly about someone's children, or treat you disrespectfully. We're all very respectful people. So.
And that's where I decided to draw the line and say, hey, I'm okay with being single. And that was a big thing for me because I always had to have a woman.
Yeah.
Always had to have a woman. And for me to break that mold and to break that habit to addiction to women was a big thing. And, I haven't spoke openly about this, but I understand why you are because you're a rock star. You're a great looking dude. You probably have women always all over you.
Dude, he's got girls on, trust me.
I know.
Yeah.
And I
I
never understood why Potts was always single. But I think I understand now.
I've dated. There's been few people that I'm like, I really like them, but it didn't work out. One of those deals. But also, you'd be surprised to find out that I'm not like women's favorite person in the world. I don't know what it is.
Off.
You know.
I don't see how
God,
you're
no.
not.
Fuck off.
I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm too quirky. I don't know what it is, but I'm not
you're
like.
so pretty.
Maybe that's a turnoff.
No, that's not true. I guarantee there have been so many girls that would just suck your dick. It's just ridiculous.
Well, they're certainly
And there
not,
might be, but maybe those aren't the ones you want. But
and
It's fine.
no,
though.
but see, our buddy Josiah Toronis, right? He's single
Josiah.
too, and he gets ladies all day long, and I get why he loves being single. And he's like, and he told me this a couple years ago. He's like, Ron, why don't you just try being single? And I was like, that was a thought in my mind that was like, no way, man. I'm trying to make a family and all this shit. And then I'm like, okay, I get it now. I like being single. I love being single. Like,
It is
I can
enjoyable.
pay for all this on my own. I'm making my bills, and I have enough money to go out
and enjoy yourself.
Do whatever I want.
And you got a side job that's your hobby, your passion, whatever you.
Yeah, it's called Raining Rose.
Yeah.
My full-time job is always GXP.
It's just GXP.
Guys,
I
we're
guess
so
that was-
busy right now, it's not even funny.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
GXP.
thank you for everybody that's been booking GXP. We are
Yes.
killing it right now.
They do an amazing job at your party, your bar, whatever you might want.
Wedding,
Wedding.
corporate events. Yeah, we got a lot of corporate events coming up.
When
And
was the last time you saw Josiah? Ryan?
Last week. Well, no, 2 weeks
What?
ago.
Are you
He
serious?
came to Des Moines. It was just random. He had the vacation.
oh
Yeah, and it was a weekday, and I was like, well, I doubt Roan could make it because it was like a Tuesday night. And
you should have.
really?
I had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off.
Really?
Motherfucker.
Oh man! Well, we
Yeah.
just went out for a little bit and called it done at 1 in the morning. I think was.
What do you guys do? You guys
We
jerk
just-
each other off?
No, we
well, there was that. But
yes, obviously. No.
Yeah.
We went to Smash Park in Des Moines. They have
It's a good time.
Smash Park.
Yeah.
They have it's an enormous playground. They have arcade games there. They have racquetball. They have foosball. They have ball, anything involving stupid sports like that.
Ah,
So,
gotcha.
yeah.
son of a bitch.
But it was basically corporate takeover night. So it was the finance firm is having their party over here. Everyone at Principal is having their holiday or whatever group build-up meeting, whatever they're having. It was all rented out. So we just played some arcade games, went over to Tony Schubert's place and hung out with him for a little bit, and then went to this underground bar.
Tony Schubert wasn't he in our? Wasn't he part of our class?
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Pete's having an epiphany right now. Wait a minute, you still talk to people from our class?
That is one of the strangest thing about our class is everyone still talks to.
I know. I seen Schubert at the 20-year reunion.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
you skipped out on.
Yeah, I did.
I know. So if you
skipped
would have
it.
went to that,
Yeah.
It was actually a very nice time.
yeah, no, it was a shit show. But
We had a
remember
nice
we
time.
went to the Rewind.
Yes, we got the Rewind.
Katie Horner grinded on everybody,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
including you.
Yeah.
I called you out.
Funny story. I walk in and I had a back injury earlier that week.
Oh, I'm sure
Yeah,
you did.
yeah,
I
I'm
did.
sure you did.
yeah.
I certainly did. I was deadlifting and I deadlifted a little too much and my back was hurt. And so like I walk in and Katie Freeman just like jumps on you and I'm like, ah! It just
fell over.
fell over because I'm like, I don't want to hurt my back anymore. I'm just gonna fall over. It
I,
was-
one of my DJs played at the Rewind, and
Yeah.
they just played all 90s music all night. It was awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
But it was just funny because I was like, man, I look super stupid and old there. That was,
I helped you out.
you did.
And you were
Oh my
fine.
No, it's
God.
okay. I'm like, it's not something I think about every night before I go to bed.
Plots, what do we have coming up here from Birdchild, Town
Yeah.
Crier? Let's wrap it up here.
Wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Well, Town Crier is probably going to be having a show in March, maybe, but there's nothing set in stone. So,
Okay.
nothing set in stone.
Is there a website for it?
There is a website, towncrier.band, if you want to go out there.
Band.
.band. All of the cool domains are
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty soon it's going to be like, well, you got the farts domain. We got that left.
Dot farts.
Dot farts. Nobody wants that one.
So
Not very
town-
professional.
So towncrier.band.
Yeah, dot band. Also, Birdchild has a website. It's birdchild.co, I believe. And we are playing with Port Tornadoes at Surf Ballroom the 29th. So
Of November.
of November.
Nice.
Is that a couple days after Thanksgiving?
I
So
will be there.
Yeah, actually, I think. Shit, all my phone's over there recording.
yeah, anyways, the 29th of November.
Yeah.
So we're excited for that show. We always love playing with those guys. It's always a good time. Yeah. So it was a great podcast. Thanks for having me on here.
You got some music? Take us out with?
Just a little outro music.
Or anything, anything from you guys. you know.
Mm.
We got Ryan Potts here from Birdchild, also Town Crier, and he's also the tech guy for Port Tornadoes. We got Pete Wilcox here, who's barely
Yeah.
hanging on.
Barely hanging on.
Thank you guys for watching and listening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the GXP Podcast, and Plots, you got something for us to come out on?
Oh boy.
Oh,
It's just,
geez, I put him on the spot.
I know,
Ladies
I
and
know.
gentlemen.
I'm just like, what do I
It
play?
doesn't matter.
What
man.
do
Just
I play? I'm
something
just
for us.
like, I'm just gonna play more self-serving music.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Shoot.
Thank
my
you
ego.
guys for listening and watching.
Oh, that's
You face the best and the worst,
yes.
and you've seen the way it happened first, and you hold